Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. Welcome in. Let's get Bailey in shot. There you are. How are we all? I hope you've had a lovely weekend. I'm very sorry I wasn't streaming on Friday. I had a monstrous amount of things to do. And then it was like, oh no, it's fine, I can get that done, and then I can relax on the weekend, and then got called in to help out with the theatre show pretty much all weekend. So it hasn't been exactly the weekend that I had planned, but it was very nice and it was a lot of fun. So we are back on. We're going to continue what we started painting on last Monday's stream, the last stream, which is the Demonsmith Mortar from the 28mm Fantasy Classic range, available on my website. Antiv, hey, how's it going? Stop watching the timer go down. I totally wasn't watching the timer go down. Don't know what you're talking about. Right, so just a quick recap what we did last stream. We got the base tones and a little bit of the shading and the dry brushing, the metallic dry brushing done on the actual mortar itself. We did these two crew up to this point. I'm gonna go over his skin tone there, and then I might do a little bit more shading with some kind of greens and purples and things like that on this guy here. And then the ogre loader, apart from the base, we pretty much finished. Really happy with how that scarring turned out, and the green rune, and especially like the rust and the weathering on the helmet and the chains and things like that. Really happy. I'm going to take that rust weathering effect and we'll apply it to the chains down here as well. But let us get started. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to repaint. I'm going to redo his skin. So we're going to go in with a white. This is Pro Acryl Bold Titanium White, classic. And just a tiny amount of that. And we're going to repaint over the face, because I don't think that I actually gave it... I think I put the speed paint over a too darker base coat. Half Dead Studios, welcome in. How are you doing? How was your weekend? So we'll be very careful not to get any on the gold that we've already done. I also might... I was thinking about this. It looks okay in this light, but anything darker than kind of like a bright light, the gold looks quite dark, a little too dark. So I might just dry brush or edge highlight some chrome in there. I was debating on dry brushing some gold directly on top, but I think I just want to do the chrome and just catch those edges. I'm still debating about that, so I'm not sure yet. Overjoyed! I finally got my shiny new Chaos Codex. Oh, that's the brand new release, isn't it? Did you get any of the models as well, or just the Codex? Okay, I think I'm okay with that skin tone, or that shade, but what I will do is I'm going to go in with maybe some green, maybe something like that. Comes with a sexy new Iron Warriors detachment. Ooh! Ooh! Is that the Spearhead box? I've lost what... Max, that's really weird. I've just seen you appear in my OBS chat, but not in the YouTube chat. Mad Max, why are you not in the YouTube chat? That's very strange. Oh, you got done for spam? Hey Max, how's it going? Welcome in, dude. Look, I scaled up some 10mm stuff to 28mm and it really works. Look, it's an ogre. Fellhammer Siege Host detachment, giving it a go in a friendly game tonight. I know what a Fellhammer is. That's the Space Marine version of a Baneblade, right? As usual, they won't let me fool around. That's because you are irresponsible, Mac. Irresponsible, Max. Right, okay, what do I want to do? Do we go... I mean, that white paint's dry already. Should we just go straight in with... What was I using? I think it was warrior flesh. Warrior skin. There we go, that'll do. That'll do. How goes the saving for a new camera, Max? And also, wouldn't be you could just get a new phone, maybe. Yeah, it's still no Baneblade-like model for Chaos or Traitor Guard army. I mean, for the Traitor Guard, I'd say it's fairly easy to convert the standard Baneblade, so I understand why they haven't brought one out. There we go. That's a much brighter skin tone. I get that. I don't know why they haven't done a Fellhammer kit. Or even just like an upgrade kit. Something like that, you know? Right. Okay. Let's do the red actually. Let's do all the red on the tunics. So, what was I using? This is the guide model that I'm using, the Mech Sorcerer that we did a while ago. And this red, I think, is Slaughter Red. Half dead. I do have Banesword because 30k Perturabo gets to bring one in his unit. Ooh. Ew. Wait, you can have a tank in a unit? I don't get 30k. I am so out of touch with like Warhammer rules now. I recognise names. I've gotten to the point where I recognise names, and that's about it. Right, I'm also going to hit go live on TikTok. Boop. Go live. Do the thing. Yeah, you do the thing. So just going to add a little bit of red cloth, red trim in on both of the crew members, or both of the dwarf crew members. Being very careful to avoid the metalwork that we've already done. I've never played 30k, but because I bought the 30k models for my 40k army, I figured I might as well be in a position to play 30k should I ever fancy it. Plus, who doesn't love a big tank? It's very true, big tanks are very cool. Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I have to admit, I do like the... Is it the Mechanicus? Or whatever the 30k version of the Mechanicus was. That new box. I do like the tank in it. I do really like the tank in that. I'm not massive on the infantry, but yeah, 30k Mechanicus were cool. Okay, right. Let's just do under the trim here, or under the tunic. Around the front or around the side, in between the whip, being as careful as we can not to get anything on that we've already painted. Long-term plan for my army to create a full Chaos force of Dark Mechanicum Traitor Guard. Yes. Chaos Space Marines, demons to act as an army under Vashtor should he ever become a Chaos God. Have you seen the conversions that a lot of people have done for Dark Mechanicum? They've taken the Nighthaunt models, and it can be like a Chain Rasp or the Glade, whatever the kind of unique or the kind of hero units of the Nighthaunt, and then just basically given them metallic tails and kind of 30k grimdark weapons, and it works really, really well. Welcome in everyone on TikTok. How you doing? Hope you had a lovely weekend. We are continuing what we were painting last stream, last week. A whole 7 days ago. A little bit of red there. And then, oh, red gloves. Yeah, I feel like red gloves. There's not. I wanted a decent amount of red. Just I didn't want it on the armor. So I think red gloves. Let's go old school. I won't go bright red on weapons. But we will do gloves. Okay. Do I need to touch up any gloves over here? No, I think we're good. So we'll go and do the red on this section here. Very much looking forward to a lot of conversions and Iron Warrior themed armies. Not a not so small obsession at this point. It's a good obsession to have. Good obsession to have. There we go. Just make sure that's a little darker. It's a little pink. This Slaughter Red, if you don't put a decent amount on the brush, it does come off a little bit pinkish, which is great for the highlight, but not so great for like an overall colour. Hang on, let me just move the slightly off camera. There we go. I've also got this week, I've said to myself, is a massive push on listing on the website and the Etsy store. Because I have so many files and products that are just not listed and they're just sitting there doing nothing. So there's going to be lots more listed. There's some old stuff that's coming back, like the dice heads. That'll be all the kind of chibi D&D animal models. They'll be coming back onto the website. And there's the Cult of the Change, which I've just finished pricing up, and a couple of other things as well. But I need to crack on with painting all the Demonsmiths, or as many Demonsmiths as I can, because GriffCon tickets are for sale now. And I'll be taking up a small selection from each of the classic 28mm armies to display. And I'm not going to have all of it painted, but I'd like a small amount painted. Surprised that OPR don't do High Elves. They do. It's the... oh god, what are they called? I know that the 40k version is the High Elf Fleets. I can't remember what they're called. There definitely is an army for them. We've got Elder. Hang on, no, they definitely do. Let me go to the army builder. OPR Army Forge. There we go. Is this for like Age of Sigmar, or sorry, Age of Fantasy or Age of Fantasy Regiments? Because there definitely is. So you've got Dark Elves, you've got Deep Sea Elves, you have High Elves. Yeah, they're right there. They're called High Elves. They're definitely on there. Welcome in everyone on TikTok. Thank you very much for the likes. How are you today? Half Dead. Finally got all my current Iron Warrior miniatures built, primed, airbrushed, and the iron and based. And just a lot of detail hazard stripes and washes to go. There's a lot of hazard stripes. I don't know how you're doing your hazard stripes, but I found that painting them white first, doing them white first, and then just hitting the whole area with a yellow contrast. Something like, I mean, I'd use Iandan Yellow, but you could use, what's that? Imperial Fist. Imperial Fist would work. Can't find them on my mini factory. Oh no, Antiv, they haven't released them as miniatures yet, but the rules are there. They haven't. So for all the rules that they've done, they haven't released all the models. They're slowly going through. Well, not so slowly. You know, they're considering the amount of models. There's rules for everything, but now they're just going through each army and creating them. So yeah, they will do them, but they haven't yet. They've just done. They're working on the High Elf fleets for Grimdark Future now, and I think they've got maybe 1 or 2 releases left for that. I think 2. I'm looking forward to the next fantasy release, which is the Twilight Kin, which is a complete original army made out of shadows and nightmare monsters. I think it's Twilight Kin? No, Shadow Stalkers. Twilight Kin are the Mantic. Shadow Stalkers is the army. Welcome in on TikTok. How you doing? We are painting the Demonsmith Mortar today. I'm just working through the crew and putting the red on the gloves and the trim. I wanted a little bit of red on these clothes. Autumn! Hey, welcome in. Happy bank... Oh, it's bank holiday, isn't it? I'm trying to think back to a time where bank holidays actually meant something to me. I think I've always had jobs, or almost always had jobs, where it wasn't relevant, and I ended up working them. Might work a bit better than my current black, then slowly building up yellow over and over. Oh no, God, yeah, no. Did much about using tape, but if the paint isn't thin enough, it adds. No. Okay, cool. Right, hang on. Where's an example? I can show you a very, very easy, quick way of doing hazard stripes. Let's use that brush. Let's paint it around here. So we'll do a black undercoat. I know you'll probably be working from silver, but let's assume that this is black. I just realised that's an undercoat of white, so I could just paint black stripes. No, let's do it as you would do it. So we'll have a black undercoat. We'll wait for that to dry, and then I'll do the next stage. Oh, adds unwanted texture. Right. Okay. Right, I'll just wait for that to dry. Actually, it's pretty dry, and it's pretty warm in here at the moment. So, have I nearly run? Oh no, I've got unopened one there. Thought I'd nearly run out of white then. That was going to be a nightmare. Wow, it is quite warm in here. That is very much almost dry. Afflicted, stick around to watch, but it's 1 AM. Sick pain job will 100% follow. Thank you, Afflicted. Thank you very much. Go sleep though. Yes, 1 o'clock. Dear Lord. Right. So after the studio, you've got your whatever your undercoat is. All right. Go over with white in the direction of your hazard stripes. Tape does help, but I mean I'm just gonna eyeball it for now, so you get the general idea. They're not going to be straight. It ain't going to be pretty, but you know, very, very quick. However, I will straighten that one up because that's going to annoy me. Okay, you get the general idea. Her Platts met Bailey. Yes, yes, absolutely. Bailey eventually got used to them. Right, okay, so you've got your black and white, alright? Let's go with... I said Imperial Fist, so let's try it with Imperial Fist. So, is that dry? Yeah, it's dry enough, okay? And then, in one fell swoop... Done. It's like and then if you find like that is affecting the black too much, I mean, you just paint it on the white sections. So, for example, that completely ruined that because the white wasn't dry enough. But you get the general idea. It was very, very quick. But yeah, if you feel like it's affecting the black too much, just paint it on the white sections. If you want a little extra different tone, then I'd use a Yandon yellow, maybe? Or even Zealot yellow from Speed Paint, maybe? Possibly? Right, back to painting these. Red gloves, red gloves, red gloves. That's like the quickest way you can paint hazard stripes, I think. Tape would definitely help getting those lines. Berserk! Hey, beer! Definitely give that a go. Good. Hope it works out for you. We've got some stuff painted. I'll pop in the Discord. Yes, let me know. Let me see your results. Very careful on that thumb. There we go. I like the red gloves. I'm a fan of red gloves. Let's go with that. You took up a new TCG recently. Whoa! Bye money. What? What's the game? I've pre-ordered some Magic. I've got Magic on the way, which I never thought I'd buy more Magic, but no, who am I joking? I knew I was always going to get some more Magic at some point. But I saw the Bloomborough set that's coming out soon, next month, I think. And I saw that I wanted to get a commander deck, so I don't really have a proper commander deck. So like very casual commander with friends every now, like once every year or something. I was like, okay, I kind of want a commander deck. I was looking at the 40k ones because there are some in stock somewhere. And I was like, I like the like breaking the fourth wall, not fourth wall, but you know the licensed stuff. It's cool, but it doesn't really fit with like the Magic world, I don't feel. And then I saw the Bloomborough stuff, and I was like, the front of that box has a Necromancer Squirrel. Yes, I want that, please, yes. So I've got a Necromancer Squirrel coming. Are these Chaos Dwarfs currently in a campaign on Total War with them? So they're not technically Chaos Dwarfs, but yes, they carnival Chaos Dwarfs, yes. These are the Demonsmiths that are available on my website. They are inspired heavily by the old-style Chaos Dwarfs. Thank you very much for all the likes and the follows over on TikTok. Flesh and Blood turned up to a new event yesterday and somehow came second. Art on the cards rivals MTG. Really? Oh, okay. Flesh and Blood. I recognise that. Do I have some Flesh and Blood? I might have some. Like a promo deck or something. No, I don't. I definitely recognise the name. I don't know why though. I've probably seen it around. Okay, so we got that red. That's being sorted. Should we do all the browns now? I think, yeah, let's do all the leather pouches, which we will use Satchel Brown. Bob's Models. Hello, welcome in. The only TCG I play? Damn, okay. No, I wanted to give MTG a go again. It's a great game. I really enjoy it. But it's very, 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 very casual for me. So I just wanted a deck that I'm not going to change it or anything like that. It will just be, this is what it is. Happy to see you live. Happy to have you in the stream. How are you doing? Right, okay. Let's do the backpack the same colour. We'll do that lightning bolt the same green that we've done this guy's shoulder rune, and we'll do it in the same kind of glowy effect. So we're just tracing out. I'm kind of painting by numbers at the moment, which apparently some people have an issue with. Have an issue with painting by numbers. What's wrong with it? Paint is going on the model, and you get a nice finished result. So what's the problem? But apparently, as soon as you mention the word contrast or speed paint, there's some people out on the internet that just have a mental breakdown. According to LGU's website, the UK uses USD. Yeah, I noticed that. Chaos Dwarfs. So these are the Demonsmiths, available on my website, alchemistmodels.com. I'm painting these up, so I will have a painted example for the website, because right now, is it a render? No, it's not render, it's actually an unpainted version. I just wanted to add a little bit more colour. Just make sure that brown gets into all nooks and crannies. Okay, and that section there I think we'll do a slightly different brown. Yeah. Okay, this guy has got a little pouch here, but we will do the whip a different colour. We'll probably do that in a hardened leather colour. Okay. Speed paints are a godsend. Damn right they are. Tried Pokemon, spent too much money on not enough games, and the same happened with Magic. My local shop has a very nice community, so I've spent about 30 quid on on it all for sleeves. I think it does depend on the community. I'm a big fan of I think my time in kind of local gaming stores is at an end. I get more enjoyment from just like a couple of friends round at an evening. Playing some board games and occasionally some, you know, some card games or something like that. Okay, let's do the or at an event or something like a meetup. Go. So this is speed paint hardened leather. So those of you over on TikTok, if you want a slightly better view and more cameras, then I am live over on YouTube as well at the moment. You can follow the link in my bio. The Flesh and Blood community is a lot more welcoming and friendly compared to MTG. MTG is great when you're playing at a casual level. As soon as you start playing at any kind of competitive level, like Friday Night Magic, I know people love it. It killed it for me. It killed Magic for me. As soon as you start like playing, yeah, anywhere competitively, that is where I check out very quickly. Can you use these for more time? These would be great for more time. Yeah, absolutely. These would be fantastic for more time. There's quite a big range as well. I need this week I will be adding the Hobgoblin unit, like the infantry, to the website, and then I need to print out. I've got quite a few orders at the moment that I'm working my way through, but I need to print out the Wolf Riders and the Hobgoblin Hero as well. So they'll be added to the website as and when I get some spare time. Do I ship to the US? Yes, I ship internationally. It's a flat fee of £18. Although if you order over £100, then it's free shipping rest of the world, and it's free shipping over £50 for the UK. But yes, I ship internationally. There's only a couple of like obscure countries that are that's an exception to. Berserk, I would say that I showed a couple of MTG players the cards for FUB and they were horrendously confused. Oh really? To be fair, I got very confused and almost lost my eyesight when I started playing a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because why would you put that much writing on a tiny card? Why? Why Yu-Gi-Oh? Why? Okay, let's just touch up a little bit there. The red's gone over. And then we will just do a little bit of touching up there. I think that's good. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh's decided in the opening hand these days. Oh, well, so's Magic, to be fair. Or, not Commander, but, you know, standard Magic, I always felt was the same as well. Okay. We've got a cog there. I think we're going to go in with the Gravelord Grey again. Some of that paint off the palette. FB has mostly simple playstyle with exception of a couple of heroes, but it works a lot on keywords. Okay. To be fair, I was quite I'm not a massive Final Fantasy fan, but the card game when it first came out, I don't know what it's like now, but when it first came out, was quite fun. That had some fun mechanics. But I wasn't really invested enough in the Final Fantasy universe to really kind of get into it. And it kind of fell into the category of another one of, you know, just another card game for me. So I didn't really invest it that much. I think I've still got a deck though, somewhere. For a lot of these games, I'll kind of pick up a deck and then it will sit in a drawer for years until someone goes, hey, if you played this game, I'm like, haha, I have a deck, I can finally use it. How do you play this again? Okay, that. I actually meant to use the... I actually meant to use the carbon leather a little bit more. Max, best card game I played was Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings? What? The Lord of the Rings card game? There was a Lord of the Rings card. I'm not surprised that there's a Lord of the Rings card game. Oh, is that blocked already? Where's my little pokey wire? There you go. A little bit of leather on the strap, keeping the hammer in place. while we're at it with these straps over the top. Tim Harbour, thanks for teaching my little baby to paint hazard stripes. No worries. Hey, thank you very much for the subscribe. Much appreciated. What do you mean I'm too young? Max, aren't I like 1 year younger than you? I'm not that much younger than you. Okay, that white hasn't quite dried enough, so I'm going to go over those leather bits a little bit more. In a second when it's all dried back. We'll do that lightning bolt last, probably after we've washed it down as well. So that's where the glow will come in. So I'm going to focus on the 2 crew and then work on the mortar itself. This won't actually take too long because it's you know. Ooh, I'm debating on doing those arrows red. Do I want to do that? Have I done that on anything else? No, I've done them gold. Okay, they're going to go gold. Wait, you're that old? I'm 34. The game doesn't exist anymore? I've got games that don't exist anymore. Loca doesn't exist anymore. It's one of the best games I own. If anyone out there wants a really, really good game, and you ever see a copy of Loca, L-O-K-A, as a board game, pick it up. If you have any interest in chess and kind of battlefield gaming, pick up Loca. It is fantastic. Your deck was good and evil evenly distributed. Oh wait, you played good and evil in one deck? Intriguing. Alki is old? Wow, Beer. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alki's going to be 35 this year. Ain't that a kick in the nuts? In what game we use this mini? Whichever game you want. So it could be used in, or all of these models, could be used in the old world, unofficially. You could use them in Kings of War, you could use them in one-page rules, any kind of regimental... I mean, if you change the bases for round bases, you can use them in Age of Sigmar, if you can find a relevant army to use them with. The world is your oyster. Top tips for stopping buying all plastic rack and assembling instead of just put some paint on the shame pile. Top tips for not buying models. I feel like it would be irresponsible as a business owner to give you any tips like that. What I could give you, a tip to head over to a little website called alchemistmodels.com, and it's resin. It's not technically, well, it is plastic technically, but you know, it's resin. So you could add that to your pile of 3D print resin, pile of potential. Let's not call it a pile of shame. Pile of potential fun. Recommended your stream to my dad. Unfortunately, may have been a mistake. He knows too many embarrassing stories about my Warhammer addiction. I've been in this hobby for just over 25 years now. My regardless of what else I've done with my life, I've always come back to miniatures, and not necessarily Warhammer, but you know, the hobby in a whole. So you're preaching to the choir there. You really are. Max, you either had to stop the other player fellowship by killing the ring bearer, or take your fellowship through all 9 sites of the site path. Ooh, okay, so there's like a campaign element to it. I like that. Still a youngster, at least a few years younger than me. It's weird. I always think of like everyone's older than me, but that's not the case at all. Tips to help you stop buying models. Spend all your money on models, then you won't be able to buy more. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect one from Max there. I mean, don't do that if it leaves you in a horrible financial place. It's great advice, but it's also the worst possible advice from Max. Okay, right. What do we need to do now? I feel like we need to put a couple of washes over the skin tones just to make them pop a little bit more. So what are we going to use? We are going to use... Do I want pink or green? I kind of want like a sickly green to them. So maggot skin. Let's go with you. Pale yellowish green. No. Gillydew. Brilliant yellowish green. Hello. Just had a fairly decent inheritance. I guess one of each army all at once. I mean... people have done worse things with inheritances. Dad, I require food and cannot eat sprues for dinner. I can't. I will neither confirm nor deny you can eat sprues for dinner. From a safety point of view, don't do it. From a kind of funny point of view, yeah, sure, why not? Do you have any tips on how to paint Guilliman? Yes, do the gold last. Do the gold trim last. Apart from that, I don't think... Have I painted Guilliman? No, I don't think I have. Just do that green. Yeah, base coat your blue first, assuming that you're going with a... was that the right choice? Unconvinced that was the right choice. Okay, we'll take most of it off. Yeah, do the blue first, do the gold afterwards. I would... it's a lot of trim. Patience is... And I know that's random coming from me because I'm very, very impatient. But patience is your friend with models like Guilliman because that trim will send you insane. Food is for quitters. Max, next 3 hours, I'm cleaning prints. The small amount of sanity I had left for the day is already gone. Oh, Max. Oh, yeah, green tint to the skin. And then we'll take most of this off with a wet brush. I dig it. I like the idea that because I've given them green eyes, I like the idea that their bodies are kind of infused by the green magic. And I'm not saying it's warpstone, but let's say for argument's sake that if there was a warpstone type substance in this world, it would probably be that. So I like that their flesh has got like a greenish hue to it. Someone told me to do the gold first. No, I wouldn't. Just because the gold, personally, I would do the blue first, and then go in with the gold because the blue is on the lower part of it. Is on the blue is the recesses, so highlight with the gold. That's personally for me. Right. Got a little bit of white. Is that still usable? It is. Yay. No worries. No worries. Happy to help. I'm going to take a detail brush and just put some white on the eyes. Practice, just collect Horde Scorn. It's all about armor and trim painting. Oh, Hordes. Oh, Hordes. I really like the models they're putting out recently for Mark IV. I kind of miss painting Cricks. Cricks were fun. a little bit of white onto the pupils of the eyes. What's quite fun is because these models were sculpted at 10mm, when you scale them up, everything's quite heroic scale, so painting eyes actually becomes quite easy comparative to kind of standard 32mm models. Because their eyes kind of bulge out. So if it was sculpted at this scale and then scaled down to 10mm, you barely see the eyes. Doing an Ultramarine army. Should I buy a Guilliman or should I buy a Dreadnought? Yes. Yes to both. Absolutely yes to both. I miss Warm Horde's rule set so much better. Warm Hordes was good. I played in 2nd edition? Yeah, 2nd edition. I had a Crix army and I had a Signar army. Was it just those two? Yeah. Or like Force. And it was really good. I really enjoyed the rules for it. But again, like as I mentioned with Magic the Gathering and things like that, my local scene, it got really popular, which was great, and then the competitive players came in, and it can get quite competitive. It's one of those games, it's almost arena based, I think, and it can get very competitive very quickly, and that killed it for me, annoyingly. Second here, 2 in uni, 250 points of score, nice. In Cardiff, what? So you were playing at Firestorm? Any tips on how to paint a Dreadnought? I will do, actually. I keep saying, like, I'm going to have a tutorial for this. I am aware that I've been abysmal with keeping up with doing painting tutorials. I've got one that is filmed and I'm editing it at the moment, but I've like this weekend got away from me. I am desperately trying to put out more video content, but I have something planned for something that a lot of people ask, is painting speed paints and contrasts on flat surfaces, and how to do that without it looking all smudgy. And I have a theory and I have an idea which I will explore in said video. Once or twice a week at Firestorm, right? I've never actually been to Firestorm. I'm actually driving up to Wales on this coming Saturday. I might pop in, actually. Be quite nice to swing by. Although then I'll spend money and I don't have money to spend. Tempting. Warm Horde was openly competitive. It was impossible not to be. You could have, like, when you were starting, you could have a friendly games rather than openly competitive. But yes, it was kind of set up in that way. You were just not good. It's not saying, wow, Max, wow. Up to Wales. I'm in Cornwall, so everything's up to me. Okay, right. So apart from the eyes, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else apart from... I really like that green tinted skin, that's really cool. I might just put a little bit of pink in there, actually. What did I use for that scarring? It was familiar pink, wasn't it? Hey, there's Bob's Models. Thank you for coming over to YouTube. No worries. I hope they help. If anyone has any questions regarding the hobby or painting or anything like that, I am in no way an award-winning painter, but I am very much in the mindset of I will help as and where I can. So please let me know. Holidays in Cornwall for years. Isles are silly. Isles are silly. Gorgeous. I haven't been down there for a while, actually. Lovely, lovely part of the world. Yeah, just put a little bit of pink around those pustules on his head. And then might just put a little bit of pink in the recesses. Just to add a little bit more colour into the face. Maybe around the ears a little bit. Around the horns. I don't want it to look diseased, but I do want it to look not infected. Infected by magic, I guess, would be more accurate. Put a little bit of pink in. This one's looking a little too green, and because it's surrounded by gold, it's just affecting it a little too much. So we'll just put a little pink in there just to ease that out. Use the final little bit of white, wherever that is, there. And just touch up those horns before we go in with the bone colour. Cool. Hello over on TikTok. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm at 33 Ultramarines. Can I play with only these, or do I need to have more units? I am not a gamer. Especially for Warhammer. I am a gamer, but not for Warhammer. So it depends on the army. You probably need to pick up the army book, the Codex, for Space Marines, and that will give you kind of options on unit composition and things like that. Right, I think we're at a stage where I need to put the wash over before I do the base. So, where's me rattling groin? It's like me when I wake up. I wasn't going to say anything. Alright, rattling grime, my favourite part. So we'll do this one first. So I take rattling grime. This camera keeps slipping down. Wow, that really is slipping down, isn't it? I didn't realise it had tilted so much. There we go, that's better. Cool, right. Take some rattling grime and we'll put it all over the model, and before it dries we just wet the brush and just take off the most highlighted parts. The only places I'm not going to do this is on the skin, and this just darkens down the whole feel of the model, so I am a fan of that style. It's very reminiscent of when Devlin Mud came out, and everyone was like, yeah, just do the base coat and Devlin Mud it. Oh cool, it looked great now. Just wick up all of the excess on the highlights, and we'll put a little bit more into the places where shadows would gather. Is this your dog? Yes, it is. This is Bailey. This is my rescue hound and the bestest dog on the internet. Artemis Girl, Warhammer, question mark. It can be used for Warhammer. Technically not a Warhammer model, but heavily inspired by, yes. I'm painting this up to showcase some of the models that I sell on my website. I'll just use our finger just to take off the parts on the really extreme highlights. There we go. He's incredibly cute. That's the right reaction. He's incredibly cute. He says, chewing himself. I'll just put it on the whip as well, darken that down, and then use our finger to take the worst off the highlights. And we'll be doing what we did with the other ones with a brown base and then that kind of dry brushing highlight for the green. So you can see that's what the base is going to be. There's no tufts or anything like that. It is just textured. Well, it's the sand that's sprayed white. Then we'll hit it with dark wood, and then we'll dry brush in some glow effects as well. I was wondering, don't play Warhammer though. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. This is the overall color scheme for the army or for the models. And it's very simple. It is kind of paint by numbers. There's no great secrets in this. I'm really liking that skin tone. Right, just give that a little bit more of a shake. We'll let that dry, and we'll move on to the other one here. I see a lot of detail painting here. I paint the Star Wars Legion models. Those are a pain. They're true 28mm scale, aren't they? So yeah, they're pretty tiny. I've just finished videoing a tutorial on Star Wars Shatterpoint. So I've been painting up the one of the wolf pack. And someone wanted me to do, or quite a few people wanted me to do a tutorial on how I did my white armour and the details. So I just threw that together. These are my own personal models, so I really enjoy playing Shatterpoint. I want to do the wolf pack. So that will hopefully be coming out this week. I just need to finish the edit, do the script and voiceover, and then publish it, really. Wolfpack is a good model set. Yeah, well, I mean, it comes with Plo Koon, so it clearly makes it superior just from that. Shatterpoint is a lot of fun. My husband and I enjoy playing it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a really well thought out rule set. I'm looking forward to the crew of the Ghost coming out. That's going to be a very much instant buy thing, because the rules for it the rules for Ghost Squadron look great. Or Spectre Squadron? That doesn't sound right. That's not right. Spectres. You know what I mean. Crew of the Ghost. Off that. There we go. It's a lot better than playing the Legion, which is too complicated and too played out. Really? Okay. I thought Legion was... Didn't Legion play similar to X-Wing in a kind of... from a activation point of view? I really enjoy the cards, the activation cards for Shatterpoint. And the mod, like the 40mm scale, is really, really nice to work at, paint-wise. Okay, that. I'll just put a little bit more on this shoulder plate, because that's looking a little flat at the moment. We'll just Put it in there and then ease it out with a wet brush. It does, however, it was more based on when thing triggered and people could cancel things out. It got confusing. Ah, okay. I feel like Shatterpoint can be not intense on the rules. It can be complicated in a sense of everything's quite detailed, but it's detailed for a very good reason from a wording point of view. And whenever me and my friend who play, whenever we play it and we're like, oh, this doesn't seem like it makes sense. Maybe this is overcomplicated. And then we reread it and go, oh no, it was us. It's not the game. We just didn't understand exactly what it meant. And then it works perfectly. It's a very, very well structured game. Also, the increase in cheating at US national events as well. What, for Legion? Well, that's shitty. Right, so we got these two. I'm going to throw some bony matter on the horns. Which I probably should have done before I do the wash, but oh well. Wording on the cards can be confusing. What, for Legion? Or for Shatterpoint? Shatterpoint, I would say, is the love child between X-Wing and Legion. Yeah, I can see that. Shatterpoint actually reminds me a little bit of Malifaux from a synergy point of view. You know, with all the various units in your groups working together, it does remind me of Malifaux. Oh, Shatterpoint cards. Yeah. Yeah, the wording. I think the wording at first can be confusing, and then once you kind of wrap your head around it, it's very clear. Yeah. I'm really happy with that skin tone. Cool. Right. Okay. Let's do the. Should we do the eyes? Yeah, let's do the eyes. Which I keep changing the colour I'm using for that. I reckon I'm just going to stick with Shamrock Green. Ooh, don't throw the paint. Right, tiny brush. Yes, green-eyed dwarfs. Yeah, love it. Okay. Just wait for that to dry. Do you want to do the base now? No, let's do the base. Let's do all the bases at the end. We need to wait for the wash to dry. So I think we're going to move over to the actual mortar itself. So we've done a little bit of the shading. We've done the dry brushing. Next stage is probably going over with the gold. Although I might whack some Black Templar in, or Black Legion or something into there. Probably Black Templar? Yeah, Black Templar. What's the stuff I'm painting? Thank you very much for the follow. I am painting the Demonsmith Mortar and crew. These are models that are available on my website. Oh, hello. Live. Oh, hang on. TikTok's being weird. There we go. Yeah, these are the Demonsmith 28 classic fantasy models, or 28mm classic fantasy models, which can be used in things like Old World and Kings of War and one-page rules, anything that is kind of regimental based and fantasy. Although you could put it on circular bases, round bases, if you wanted to use them in skirmishes. Okay, so I'm going to put some... I'm going to bring the camera out a little bit because we're on a slightly bigger model now. Do you think they could be used in D&D? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely could be used in D&D. They are bigger... I'd say they're bigger scale than the like actual Wizards of the Coast models, because they're actually quite small. These are quite large, but I mean that's a 1x1 inch base essentially. It's 25mm base, so I think that's an inch, isn't it, roughly? So I think it could work quite well. You can use pretty much for anything for D&D. Right, Rattling Grime we're done with for now. Use that brush, big brush. I've got loads of models that are perfect for D&D on my website, and there'll be a load more coming soon. Some of it is specifically designed for D&D. Others, I mean, yeah, like I said, you can pretty much use anything for D&D. Go. Yeah, just darken up. I didn't want to paint it like actually black. I wanted there to be a hint of some metal work in there. I might actually do like a green glow effect from. I know I'm going to do it on the stack here, but I might actually do it from inside as well. That can be quite fun. Okay, so I'll leave that to dry. We're going to grab some Nazdrag yellow. And we're going to do all the gold detailing. So I'll put all these off to dry to one side. Contrast Nazdrag yellow. This is my go-to for this gold effect. And we'll do all of this trim. So we're going to start with the arrows around the... Well, that's actually quite thick. Ooh, that's very thick. That's been drying out. I'm going to throw some... Ooh, do I have any contrast medium? I do. Let's throw some contrast medium into there and thin it down a bit. Thank you very much for all the likes and follows over on TikTok. Do feel free to come over to the YouTube stream. Got a bit more flow to it. Might need a little bit more. It's the downside to these contrast pots or any kind of flip pots is when they don't seal properly. They start to dry out, and that can be quite an issue with contrast paints because it changes the consistency and how they flow. Alright, is that better? I don't want more water in that. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna throw some speed paint needle in, which is a lot more thinner. A lot thinner than the contrast medium. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully I haven't just ruined my Nazdrag yellow. Hopefully, he says. Crying inside. That's got a bit more flow to it. That's cool. Much better. Right, okay. Just test it out on there. Yeah, that's got a nice flow. It was coming out quite jelly before. So all of the kind of details, things like these skulls and all of the trim is all going to go gold. And this is a very quick way of getting some nice texture, nice metallic texture and shading. Realize what's off camera. There we go. For your metallics. again, if you have any questions about the techniques I'm using or anything about the hobby, I will do my best to answer. I'm only going to be on TikTok for another 20 minutes and then we will continue the stream just on YouTube. So if you want to continue watching after that, then you'll have to come over to the YouTube channel. You can find the link in my bio. Oh, did anyone go to Games Expo? Was it Games Expo? No, it was Comic Con this weekend, wasn't it? In London. Did anyone go this weekend? And so if you're going to bite the bullet and get the Saturn 4, are you getting the Saturn 4? Which one, the Ultra or just the normal one? Are you, before you do that, are you aware, the normal one? Yeah, that's fair. Are you aware that the build volume is shorter than a normal Saturn? It is slightly shorter. I'm intrigued by the fact that the plate, sorry, not the plate, the VAT lowers rather than the plate. I was wondering what the thought process behind that was. Okay, so those are the arrows around there. Do we want to do the trim? Yeah, let's do that bit. Putting this gold on really kind of breaks up all the metallic areas. Otherwise you're just looking at a sea of silver and grey. I've lost track of how many models I've used this technique on. You're going from the Mars 4. It might still be shorter, as in height-wise, than the Mars 4. I double check. I mean, it depends on what you're printing. But it certainly looks like an impressive printer. Personal printer, so mainly proxies. Right, okay. Oh, you'd be fine then. I don't think there's that much difference, but I know there's been times where I've wanted to print something big and it's been close height-wise on my Saturns, the OG ones, which just wouldn't print on the Saturn 4. Okay, so that's that section. Do the skulls around the front. Oh, we've got an arrow section around the bottom as well. That's going to be a pain. Put it this way, Mountain Cow Proxy on Mars 4 takes 5 slices to get it all done. Oh, no. I fully agree with getting a bigger printer. I reckon that scale, like the Saturn scale of printer, is going to be the standard. Because there's not that much difference in price, and it's so much more worth it to get a bigger printer. And there's, you know, if you're putting space aside, if you can't fit a Saturn, then I wouldn't say get a Mars or anything like that. Because you're going to need space around it anyway. I don't know, it's just... I don't see much point in getting the smaller printers. Because inevitably you will want to start printing bigger things, and something, you know, those larger things, there's no way you can fit them on the smaller printers. Even if you cut them down and make them more manageable. Right, okay, that's that. We've got this kind of arrow design here. No! Got some yellow on the thing here. Aha! Problem solved. I just realised I probably should be painting the rocket launcher instead of the missile, instead of the mortar, because the rocket launcher is the one that comes in the starter set that I put together. I probably should be painting the starter sets rather than odd random stuff, but I think this was a rule of cool choice. Actually, yeah, I know. It was definitely a rule of cool choice. That's it. For like £50 more, you can get the Saturn 4 over the Mars 4 9K. Yeah, and there's not... Isn't the Saturn 4... That's 12K, isn't it? So it's the same quality as the Mars. Oh, it's technically slightly less, but you won't notice it at all. To be fair, like this, everything I print is on the original OG Saturn, and I'm fine with it. To experimental, Space Marine's done. Yay! Is this for the what was Slapshot that then turned into OSL Technique? One is fun lighting. We'll finish that one another day. Oh, what did you do with the other two then? Or the other one? Done Emperor's Children slap chop, and then one that looks like a health and safety officer. I'm so intrigued by the health and safety officer Marine. Please tell me there's pictures in the Discord. Okay. Got that detailing. Do I do that arrow? Yeah. Yes. Let's do that. I don't know whether to add some copper into this paint scheme as well. So that kind of texture is coming through now, coming through that gold. And I think with this technique, it's all about setting up your base coats, or not even base coats, just your undercoats really. Once you set up that texture, everything you put over the top, as long as you're using speed paint and contrast, and they're at the right consistency, it will just build on it. Section to do, and then we'll have a look at what else can be gold. It's going to be detailing around the wheels, I think. Okay. I think I will throw some copper in here around the boiler. But we need to do the detailing on the wheel, so this kind of star, and yeah, I think I want the grip, or whatever that's called, on the wheel. Welcome in if you have just joined recently. If you're new here, my name is Alchemist Models. I'm a miniature painter and I run a 3D printing business. The model I'm painting today is the Demonsmith Mortar and crew. Right now we're working on the mortar itself. This model is available on alchemistmodels.com. I'm just painting it up, so I've got a bit of a painted product photo for the website, and also something I can show off at events. And speaking of events, I will be going over to, or I've got a trader stall at GriffCon 24 this year, and tickets are available. I will also be running a contrast and speed painting workshop where you can learn some of these techniques up close, and you'll have some models that you can take away with you at the end of the day. Tickets are limited to that, and you can get them through, I don't know whether the tickets are actually available for that yet, but they will be, if not through the GriffCon website. I think there's about 10 in total. I need to double check the numbers. Roll for Creativity, thank you very much for the gift and the likes. Thank you very, very much. I hope you're well today. Thulsa Doom, painting the Evil Sun's motor caravan, going absolutely apeshit with my reds and yellows. I am very intrigued to that. Have you got any photos of it, and are you in the Discord? Very intrigued. The link to the Discord should be somewhere around, or you just type in !Discord into the chat and you should get a link. I know there's a link in my Linktree bio. Okay. Do I want to do that central bit gold? Do I? No, we're just going to do a spike gold. Am I happy with that as a wheel? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Not yet to both, unfortunately, stumbled across the stream just now. Well, welcome in. Thank you very much for swinging by. If you do feel like joining the Discord, please do, and I would love to see photos as and when you get around to taking them. I'm very intrigued. I used to collect orcs when I used to game a lot more. I had, it was like 11,500 points of orcs back when Assault and Black Reach came out. So I had all the Death Copters. So orcs do hold a special place in my heart because they're absolutely mental and I love it. But yeah, thank you very much. Oh, there you go. There's the link to the Discord. Thank you, Antith. But thank you very much for stumbling across my humble little stream. I'm trying to put more and more content out as much as I can. I keep getting distracted with the web store and everything else, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're making our way towards partner, which will be a big step in the right direction. Okay, TikTok. I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time together. However, if you want to continue watching the stream, head over to YouTube. The link is in my bio. And I'll be live for another half an hour, and I will get as much of this painted. I don't think we're going to finish the project today, because we've still got the bases to do. But we'll get as much of this done today, and then probably finish it on Friday if I don't finish it during the week. I'm not sure. I might finish it during the week, and then we'll start something different on Friday. But TikTok, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. Hope you've had fun, and if I don't see you on YouTube, I'll see you hopefully on Friday. Adios. That saves my phone battery a little bit. Bailey, you're not on camera. Do your job. There we go. Dropped pics in Discord. I want to see the Health and Safety Space Marine. I need the Health and Safety Space Marine. I need it in my life. Hang on. Boop, 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 boop. Whips. Whips. Load, damn it. Emperor's Children apparently Health and Safety because they're bright yellow with chevrons. Second screen, there we go. So Emperor's Children, so this is Autumn's first ever attempt at slap chopping. How did you get on with it? That yellow's actually come out quite bright for a slap chop. It's pretty impressive. I like the chevrons down the on the shoulder pad. Very, very cool. Yeah, how did you get on with the technique? I think it takes a bit of practice just to get the consistency of the whites right before you start putting in the colour. Especially, I mean, you've gone in with some very challenging colours, pink and yellow for slap chop. That's really challenging to start with. Oh god, don't push the paints over. Those were probably, apart from skin colours, that's probably the hardest two colours, I'd say. It's really good. It was quicker than my normal paint as I go, but it felt weird. It's very different style. I mean, it's not too dissimilar to how I paint. I essentially do slap chop with extra bits. of that. The Emperor's Children was hard partially because I'm an idiot, as I didn't seat it on the base before painting, so it's got my finger right. Okay, yeah, no, definitely. I think with Slap Chop is very much build everything then paint, because of the way that Slap Chop kind of utilizes shadows. You need to have everything painted, everything built. Sorry, before you start painting. Because if you can't reach it with your brush, then odds are it's going to be in a shadow anyway, so you might as well just leave it a dark colour. Yeah, I think I'll do like a green glow inside the actual mortar hole? Mortar hole? Is that the right term? I feel like that's the wrong term, but... Barrel. Mortar barrel. There we go. Awesome, so I photographed them next to my first ever Space Marine I've painted. Ooh. I can't see that one. Ooh, do I go food shopping after this stream? Kind of need some food. Oh, stop loading that? Right, okay. Given how bad we all are at comparing to other people, comparing my own work felt good? Hey, that's good. That's really, really good. Allowing yourself to see progress is great. Yeah, you've come on a long way. First ever Space Marine? This is your first ever model, wasn't it? Or was this just first ever Space Marine? So it's really interesting that you're like you can see the difference in techniques essentially. Yeah, you know, traditional painting, and then using things like Slap Chop. That was your first ever model that you finished. Nice. A lot more neat than my first ever model. A lot more neat, dear lord. So yeah, it's nice to see the progression. Because you've only been painting, what? Less than a year, right? I'm still astounded that your first ever character was Belisarius Cal. Like, one of the most challenging, I think. I haven't even painted it, but just by looking at it, it's incredibly challenging and intimidating. It was May last year. Oh, so yeah. So you're essentially a year into the hobby now. How have you found your first year in the hobby? Just these arrows and the spike, and then we're on to the last wheel. And then I want to do the banding around the boiler. We'll do that gold, and then if we've got time, I'll grab a paint that I can use for a kind of copper colour. I'll do that on the main parts of the boiler. Go. It's been ups and downs. The last few months have been great, learning new things. Speed painting and slap chopping is a godsend, but I just need to keep at it. Yeah, it's a very, very different style of painting, and any kind of different new technique takes getting used to. I still at some point when I have, as and when I have a different hobby space, whenever that may happen, I'd like to go back and give airbrushing a proper go. Get a proper compressor, decent airbrush, and I'd like to give it another go. It's just that realistically I can't really do it in here. I can, but I don't really want to. You know, this is essentially my living room. Bailey's in here, and I shouldn't really do that when he's in here. I don't have an extraction for it. I just want a proper setup. If I'm gonna give it a go, I'll give it a go properly. Went months not wanting to paint, and then jumping on this chat occasionally, just giving me the itch again. Yeah. Well, I hope it helped. You're overthinking it? What, airbrushing? Yeah, but I also I don't have the space for a compressor right now. I am pretty much at capacity in this room. So my brother is on the verge of making some good money painting. He can get through commissions so damn fast. Oh, awesome. Nice. Airbrushing is the next thing I want to try, but the admin and buy-in is too high. I think it's the compressor. I think 200 quid would get you a good start in. Do it in the kitchen with a towel down and a box as a backyard. Yeah, but I like the only place I can really do it. I don't really want to do it around the printers. So I'm kind of, it'll have to be in here. I think I'm just not going to give it a go until I'm in a different space. Whenever that may be. It's a crazy Monday. I know it shows that I'm a little nervous. Okay, right, let's do the banding. This is going to look really nice with the rattling grime over it as well. Okay, just got this last bit of banding here. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got time. Probably get the copper done as well. I just need to find a good colour for copper. Probably I might go back to Gore Grunter Fur. That was always good for copper. Very careful, trying not to get this on the grey. Anywhere but the banding. Just waiting for it to spill over. I think I got away with it though. Right, last bit. So Autumn, are you doing a full-on Space Marine army, or are you just have you just picked up some random Space Marines? You might have said earlier, I apologise. Okay. But no, I picked up some definitely legit Space Marines to practice that. Ah, okay. Were those 3D prints? Or were those totally not 3D prints? Right. I'm going to grab the Gore-Grunter Fur. Assuming it's still okay? Yeah, sounds okay. Sounds okay. Got 5 Space Marines for 11 quid off eBay. They're not 3D prints, but they're no way legit. How are they not legit? If they're not 3D prints, how are they not legit? Nothing wrong with buying stuff on eBay. Have a look on Vinted as well, actually. I've had some luck with models on Vinted. Oh, they're molded for right. Okay, okay. I see. Yeah, there are a lot of recasts out there. You're right, Bailey. Okay, so I didn't put the. Hang on, I've still got a little bit of gold. I can fix this. Just. I missed a spike.
You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a thinker, but I'm just a singer.
Okay, right. Let's do the tanks, the boilers. It's going to end up looking quite steampunk in the end. I got Celestine arriving next week. Ooh, Celestine's a really cool model. What's the project? Speaking of Battle Sisters, I just printed out all of the Battle Nuns that I sell on the website, because that's what's going to be on the big diorama that I'm organising for the stall for GriffCon. Wait, Autumn, have you seen the giant display frame? I showed it off last stream, but I can't remember if you were here. Can't wait to upgrade the... Are you struggling a little bit, Antiv? You want to get a full Battle Sister diorama? Ooh. They're really fun to paint. They are really fun to paint. The huge AdMech one? Yeah, hang on, I'll show you. I've been doing the gap filling on it. Ta-da! It's massive! But I've printed out the statues as well. So there's 2 that go there, like that. There's 1 that goes this side as well. It is massive. It is absolutely massive. But I've printed out... Where are they? The Battle Nuns. from the website. So they fit quite nicely, and they're going to be kind of dotted around all over the place. There's a sniper that's going to be up the top here. We're going to have the flying ones kind of on wires maybe. So yeah, it is absolutely massive. Orcs on Discord, cool. I'm going to check it. What scale is that? What scale? It's like 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters. So it's big. It is big. And it like there's two parts to it. So there's an insert, which is this, and then there's a frame as well. And the frame has got. I've got a smaller version of the frame because I'm making a mini diorama. That's like the smaller version of it, but it comes together in parts. It's got something you can hang it on the wall on the back. So that a bigger version of that goes around this, and there's actually a section like an indent where you can have an LED strip going all the way around, so you can light it as well. So yeah, these are cool. I mean, do this, and then I'm making the one for the small one. That's going to be a 10mm wood elf army, little display, using forest dragon models. And then it depends on how much I can get done. I don't think I can do another one of those in time for GriffCon. There's one that's perfect for Star Wars Shatterpoint. Absolutely, Shatterpoint and Legion is perfect because it's basically the inside of the Emperor's throne room in the Death Star. Just remember how to use it. Oh, I'm awful at Discord. I'm absolutely awful at Discord. Where did you put it? Where did you put it? It hasn't uploaded yet. I'm sure it'll appear in a minute. Right. Just going to continue on with the Gorgrant Fur. No, I'm absolutely rubbish at Discord. Yeah, no, it is massive, Autumn. And there's... So in total, there are 10 different designs for those dioramas. There's that one. There's a kind of a ruined post-apocalyptic New York street one. There's a pirate-themed one. There's an elven sanctuary. There's... what else? There's a dwarven forge, or like dwarven mine forge, that kind of thing. There's like a Necromunda underworld, like a factory, which is very, very cool. Oh, what else is there? There's the Star Wars one, or totally not Star Wars one. There's a... oh god, what else is there? Oh, there's a Plague one, there's a Nurgle one, or not Nurgle. Pirates, yeah, there's a pirate one. I don't have a render for it because... well, I don't have like a proper render for it because it was one of the stretch goals for the Kickstarter that I get them from. So I can show you a kind of picture of it. Hang on, where is it? Display dioramas, stretch goals, Pirate Cove. So this is in a kind of coloured version of it. That's the layout. So you've got water down the bottom. You've got this 3-story house with walkways on both stories. You've got big old pirates. It's like in a cave, Pirate Cove. Like a little lighthouse tower here with bridges, a ship here. This is a little boat down that's kind of connected in the water, and there's a couple of barrels and cannons and things like that. But it's very, very cool layout. They take a lot of filament though, and because I want to make them the best possible quality, each quarter takes anywhere between 20 and 24 hours to print, because I'm printing it at max quality. So there's that. Do you want to see the Totally Not Star Wars one? Where's that? That is... So this is the dwarf one that again is like that because it was a stretch goal. Oh, no, wrong one. There we go. So this is the dwarf one. You've got the forge. You've got two little sections up here. You've got steps going down here. You can't fit a whole like army. They're ideal for like skirmish forces. You can't fit a whole army down there because there's a lot of detail in them. And you can't fit any like big monsters on it, so it's mostly infantry and then like slightly large scale infantry and characters, so it's good for that kind of stuff, but it won't work for like showcasing an army. So that's the dwarf one. The Totally Not Star Wars one is these ones. I can show you actually better renders because these are the official ones for the Kickstarter. So this is the Totally Not Star Wars one. You can see what I mean. Love your live, keep going. Boss Models, thank you. I will have to stop in at 6. I do 4 till 6 Monday and Fridays, so I'll be stopping very shortly. But thank you very much for coming along. So this is the Totally Not Star Wars one. Clearly internal of not a certain Death Star. And any small details like these lamps, I'll do those in resin, that kind of thing. And then we've got what other ones? I mean, they're all really, really cool. The Hellscape one's very cool. I was going to do one of these for the Demonsmiths. So here's one with models, so you can see. Actually, I'll use one that's at a slight angle so you can see the depth of it. So you can see where like you can place models and things like that. So you can see it's not right for a whole army, but it's ideal for like these kind of skirmish amount of models, or like D&D models and things like that. But I really like the Hellscape one, and I think it's perfect for the Demonsmiths. Yeah, really like that one. But yeah, there's quite a few. I'd love to get one of each made, but honestly, I don't have the space. I really don't have the space to store them, so I need to think about that. Also, regarding like, I'm not going to list them on the website as a print to order thing, because some of them require more kind of post-print work. To get them to the point where I'd be happy to sell them as a product. So what I'll probably end up doing is advertising them as if you're interested, get in contact. And I'd love to like print them, paint them, and sell them as finished pieces. That would be cool. But I they're not going to be like listed like the rest of the models on the website, where it's like just pay it and I'll print it and you can get the kit. But there are miniature versions for like solo heroes and large monsters and things like that. Those will be. I just need to print them and take some photos. So yeah, lots of interesting things coming for the store very soon. Is that everything? I think that's. I might do that stack gold. That's it. So I had another look at the Saturn IV. The VAT does not move. It's the plate that does. The Saturn 4, the whole the VAT goes down. Or the plate definitely goes down to meet it, and the VAT goes lowers down. It's a really weird way of working. I don't know why it's gone that way, but I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Yeah, no, sorry, the plate does go down, but then it goes into the VAT, and then the VAT peels away from the plate rather than the other way. No worries, Autumn. Yeah, I'll be finishing very shortly anyway. Actually, let's do the gold first, and then I'll disappear. Have a good one, Autumn. Lovely to see you again. Okay, we'll just do the last bit of Nasdrag yellow, and then we'll call it a day, I think. Because Bailey needs feeding, if nothing else. Yeah, we'll do a green glow in this stack, and then a green glow coming out of the mortar itself. Cool. Okay, so we'll just have a quick look at what we've done today. So here's the mortar with all the gold. I think that's all the gold that I'm going to put on it. So the next stages are going to be throwing the rattling grime at it. Oh, actually, hang on. I've missed a little bit. I missed a little bit of the Gore Grunter. Oh, and the gold. Wow, rubbish. Go. And then... Oh wow, I just missed the entire bottom half of this tank. What can I say? I need more than desire, more than just a pretty face. So you better walk away. Oh yeah. Only one love beside of the fire. Someone who can handle me. Is that everything? Oh no, a little section down here. Oh, apparently I just gave up halfway through painting this this section. Cool. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here is the mortar so far. The next stage will be going with the rattling grime, shading it all down a little bit, taking off the highlights. Then we'll go in with the rust, so these chains will look very similar to those chains there. And then, apart from the bases, we've pretty much finished the... Oh, I need to do detail on the eyes. I might highlight some of this gold as well, because that's looking quite dark. Although that is darker on camera than it is in real life, so I don't know. So there's details on these, but mostly they're done. And then obviously we've got the ogre there. But that is it for us today. So thank you very much for coming and hanging out. I apologise. I've only streamed like once a week for the last couple of weeks now. I will. Hopefully, I'm 99% sure I'll be streaming on Friday. Hopefully I will, unless anything. I've got a lot of driving to do on Saturday, but it should be absolutely fine. Yeah, thank you very much for all the new subscriptions and all the new people who have come and hung out and said hi. Make sure you join the Discord if you haven't already and show off your work in there. If you're looking for new models and new projects, then head over to alchemistmodels.com. This week there's going to be a lot more models. Like my main focus this week is to list a lot of things. So on the website there'll be a lot of new things. There's going to be a load more undead for the 28mm classic fantasy. There's going to be some things that could or could not be used in a kind of Thousand Suns Zentian army, possibly, maybe, including a proxy Primarch. Possibly, who knows? Yeah, it definitely is. I've priced it up, along with other things as well. So keep an eye on the website. And yeah, I have the tutorial filmed for the Stormtrooper, the Wolfpack, and that will be going out. I don't know whether I'll try and get it done this week, but I've got a lot to do this week. I really want to get another video out though. So that's it, essentially. I will see you on Friday. Like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and have a lovely week. Bye.